Okay. I'm sure for anyone who has visited the Gulf has heard the word inshallah. And they always say, we hear the word inshallah, inshallah, everything is inshallah. What does this inshallah means? Okay. Inshallah is three words. In, which means if, sha means will, Allah is God. So it simply means God willing. In Islamic faith, Muslims believe that whatever man does, the reasons or the results always held to God. In other words, Muslims believe that Allah or God is the one that controls everything. So when I say, I will see you tomorrow at 5, inshallah, it means if I am alive, I will see you tomorrow at 5, because I may die before, or you may die. If I say, as I'm talking here, and my cameraman here, and I say, I hope I will finish this recording soon, okay? This is, I'm assuming that we don't have a tornado, we don't have anything. If I'm still alive and you are the two guys here alive, then we will finish this taping. So, the term inshallah means that if everything goes well, yes, I will see you at 5. I will do this, inshallah. I will write the letter, inshallah. I will do this. Always, always there is inshallah. Excellent. Now, this is the origin of the word inshallah. Nowadays, it is used, and as somebody said, there are 1001 meaning for the term inshallah. Inshallah may mean yes, but inshallah may mean no. In other words, I can say to you, okay, can I have a copy of this presentation? And I always say, inshallah, give me your email. And it simply means I will not send it to you. But instead of saying no, I use the word inshallah, yeah. And it may mean, inshallah can mean, yeah, okay, all right, forget it. It can mean different meaning. How do I know if it is yes, confirmed, or it is just to get rid of me? How do you know? From, again, the context. From how it is said. Is it said seriously? Yes, inshallah, I will see you tomorrow at 5, at this place. It means I'm confirming. Or is it like, yeah. And to do so, to understand whether the person meant it or not, ask him a question. So, end of a meeting, somebody says, okay, I will send you our answer next week, inshallah. So, just politely ask, say, okay, should I expect it, say, Monday, Tuesday? And the person say, yeah, okay, yeah, inshallah. Then you may follow up by saying, okay, so should I call you by Thursday? Thursday, if I don't receive it, just should I call you, remind you? And if the person means it, he will say yes. Otherwise, he will say, no need to call me. I'll send it to you next week. Now, this means that he is not sure he will send it. So here, the term inshallah is not meant confirmation, but it simply means an escape.
سلم لك امره في حالتي انت ادرى يلي حنانك وطيبك تنحط على الجرح يبرى شفاف يا نور عيني حبه قلبك يبيني سهرة شبابي وسنيني تفتاك 2000 مرة القلب سلم لك امره في حالتي انت ادرى يلي حنانك
Okay, one more point that one needs to take into account when dealing with Gulf Arabs, and that is giving compliments. Can I give compliments? The answer is yes. Do give compliments as much as you can and as when, but be genuine. Be genuine in giving compliments. People like, because compliments always motivate people. What about criticism? Can I criticize? Yes, but be very, very careful. Because we tend to personalize relationships. We personalize work. We have a problem. The culture many times has a problem to differentiate between personal and professional. So we are working together and we have a business or a professional relationship. But I deal with you because I like you, because we are friends. And friends means many things. Means that you should support me whenever I need you. And at the same time, when you give criticism, I may interpret it like you are criticizing me, not the job that I've done. And this is the big difference. This is the big problem, in fact, is that to differentiate between personal and professional. And this issue has come very clear when doing performance appraisal, like to confront the employee, sit down and look at the performance appraisal and then ask your weaknesses are blah, 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 blah. This doesn't work. Most of the performance appraisal today in this region, the weaknesses are very little, and they tend to transfer the weaknesses into improvement or areas for development. So when you can see that the space for area for development is too long, while the weaknesses are small because we just changed it. And instead of saying your weakness is English language, or your weakness is communication skills, interpersonal skills, computer skills, instead of saying it as weaknesses, we will say the person needs computer skills, needs interpersonal skills. This way, how we deal with it. So, in other words, you may give criticism, but light, and always to be embedded with some compliments. You are fantastic, da 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 da, and you need possibly to change this or to do this or to do additional thing, rather than you are good but. So it's not good but, or good and you need to add more to improve. This is how the best way to deal with the situation. One of the questions that always come is related to giving gifts. Can we give gifts to Gulf nationals, and can we receive gifts? The answer is very simple, yes. However, if you give gifts, you need to be aware that it may not be opened in front of you, because we usually do not open the gift in front of the giver. Now, these days we do. I think we got used to Westerners, that we need to open the gift. So when we open the gift, usually the answer is, okay, thank you very much. And that's it. Unlike some Westerners, when they open the gifts, they make big noise, like, all right, thank you, wow, this is fantastic. We don't do, or we do not make that kind of noise. We just express our appreciation. So don't take that reaction as being that the person did not like the gift or anything. No, they like it and they appreciate it. It just say thank you. And most of the time, as I said, we tend not to open it so that we don't need to express our feelings or reaction in the front of the giver. What kind of gifts that you give? Okay, you can give anything. The best is that if you give something of symbolic meaning, in other words, you are going home visiting friend, visiting your family, then you are coming back and you want to give gifts. You bring to some friends. Okay, you can bring anything symbolic of your place, or you may bring something of value. My advice to you is that if you this year brought a gift to Muhammad, now next year Muhammad always expects you to give him a gift. So you set up a precedent, and therefore maybe you are better off to avoid giving gifts, because if you give one this time, every year you go home, they expect you to bring the same gifts. I have a friend of mine, French, and every time he comes in, he brings a box of chocolate. And whenever he comes in, the box of chocolate is always expected. So that kind of attitude you need just to avoid as much as you can. Therefore, maybe you don't need to give gifts. Your Arab friends will give you gifts, and they range from perfume to pens to gold for women or something like that, something of value. And whenever they do this, it's always like, you know, they go for a brand, so they go expensive. Giving gifts among Gulf nationals themselves is a very expensive exercise. Because today, Maryam gave a gift to Amal, and she gave her the gift, maybe a mobile phone, it can be an expensive gift, it can be a purse, it can be something very expensive. Next time, Amal will give Maryam a gift, it has to be more expensive than the previous one. So the first one was, she was given a gift for 500, now she will give back another gift for 600 or 700, and it goes on and on and on. So it becomes really very expensive. Corporate gifts, that will be a best thing, but you may bring something from home, you may bring, you know, I don't know, food, whatever, something that you made yourself, or maybe a plaque or whatever. Avoid giving gifts of commercial value, because this is like of sentimental. I think people would appreciate it. Invitations. And I think I refer to the invitations among friends. You may be invited to the house. If you are invited, always ask if your spouse is also invited. Can you bring your spouse? Can you bring your husband? Can you take your husband? Can you take the wife? So always be careful with that. Ask that question. And also, if you invite, you have a colleague, a male colleague in office, if you are a male, then you may invite another male colleague. But if you are male, it's not advisable to invite a female colleague. At least you cannot invite them home or to a restaurant or something, because there is this segregation between male and female, between men and women. Always ask questions. Can I bring my husband? Can I bring my wife? And if they say yes, fine. If not, you just go alone. And also, if you are inviting, you have a friend of yours and you invite him, always expect that he will come alone. He will not come with his wife. So that issue, one needs to be a bit careful about it. Invitation, yes, invite them, you may be invited, but to be invited at home is always something very good. Avoid inviting anyone for lunch on a Friday, because usually Friday is family day. Friday is a family day, people have lunch together, everyone meet, all the family members have lunch together on a Friday. So don't try to invite anyone on a Friday. You may be invited for a Friday lunch. You may be invited, and if that is the case, that means your host is he likes you so much that inviting you for a lunch on a Friday. That means he wants to introduce you to the family. In this case, ask, can I bring my wife? And you may be told yes or no. And usually, if he invites you, it is you. So the invitation on a Friday, yes, it is possible, and it is always good. And that means it is positive. That's what I meant. And whenever, but don't invite anyone on a Friday. And again, don't assume that the invitation is for the the spouse. It can be just for one. And women, yes, the wife may be invited separately with the woman alone, whether it is for lunch or for dinner, or maybe they at some other occasions.